Today I'll be hiking the George and Rosemary Moore Trail through the Pleasant Valley Preserve, Jewett Preserve, Johnston Preserve, Eno Preserve, and the Mount Archer Woods. This will be a two-part video, but I'll post both parts at the same time, and I'll include the link in the comments to part 2. And I'll also include a link to the Lime Land Trust website where you can check out this map. While checking out an overview of today's hike, I do want to note I'm going to skirt outside of the Moore Trail at one point, right up here, do this little blue loop because it has a great overlook. Then I'm going to come and skirt outside again and do half of the Johnston Preserve to get to the highest point in Lime. And we'll get back on this Moore Trail. I'm going to cut out that lower corner. It was flooded, done it before, taking the nicer route for you. And then back into the Jewett Preserve and down and out. And we're off, and it is a beautiful sunny day, although now and then the clouds take a hold, but then they slide away again. As you can see, the signage and the blazes are all done very well here. We're barely inside this hike and we've already gone by a meadow and water, and now we're at a bridge with a boardwalk. I cannot recommend this hike enthusiastically enough. We are going to take a right over here. And you're going to love what's at the top of this hill. Ta-da! It's one of my favorite spring hikes. And I do this hike in the spring because poison ivy grows along the border of this meadow trail in the warmer seasons. And I'm allergic. Don't want the puppy getting into it, getting it on me. So this is a spring hike for me. And it just poured so much in this last week that we are going to check out this spur to the right to go see the river because I imagine it's going to be magnificent. Okay, that was totally worth the down and uphill climb to see that water rushing. I mean, you know me, I'll follow any trail to water anytime, and then I'll film it for 5 minutes longer than you wish I would. Okay, but back to the meadow now. We're coming upon a twisty-turny through the gumdrop forest. One of the really great things about following this Moore Trail through all of these preserves today is seeing the different types of terrain. I mean, the Pleasant Valley Meadows is certainly a great start, but we're also going to be passing by a lot of water, which is one of the reasons I like to do this in the spring before it's even green. Listen to the frogs. How phenomenal were those frogs? So that's the trade-off. If you come in the spring before everything pops green, you miss out on the color, but you do get to hear the frogs. You also get a lot more of the water features, streams, waterfalls, brooks, and everything. Once summer comes, a lot of that dries up. And that's kind of a testament to hiking these trails in all different seasons. You know, seeing them in the spring or in the summer or in the fall when the colors come out. The trail changes the whole time. So don't just hike a trail once, hike it many times. I even love, as you know, hiking in the rain. Totally different then too. Check out this meadow. I'll admit, I'll say it. I just don't even want to cut any part of this meadow hike out. Look at the bench over there. Do you see it? You could just sit here and admire the meadow. And just like that, it's over. And off into the woods we go. There are a lot of really cool rock outcroppings out here, most of which won't represent very well on camera. Oh, but check this out. Somebody could be living in there, you don't know. Look at this crossing right here. It's like a trap. Okay, we've reached the private property section and it's closed part of the year, but it's open now. So let's go into it. Check out these ruins. I've said it before, don't waste your life acquiring things, because in the end, you just leave behind a bigger pile. We are almost at the top of this mount, which will have a really cool lookout point, because Lime Land Trust does not skimp out on the details. Look at this. Look at this. Woohoo! While I'd like to stay here for a while, there are many more lookouts to go see, so we better get moving. Up ahead on the left will take us back down to the parking lot. We're not doing that. We're going to go to the right. We are now in the Jewett Preserve. And this is the great thing about all these connected preserves here, this trail system, is you can make this a 1 mile hike or a 15-mile hike, depending how you loop around. And right now, let's take a right and loop around this blue trail, because there are some really great lookout points up here. And we are now at the east end of the loop. That's where the trails connect. And look who's joining me. Yes, this little guy will be doing some portions of this trail with me. He can't do the whole thing that I'm doing because he had some leg surgery on a growth plate, so we have to control how many miles he does at a time. So he's doing this part. And here we are at the west end of the loop. But before we take that and head back, I'm going to continue down this part of the trail which connects to the Johnston Preserve, just because this is a really cool part of the trail. Because it goes through a mountain laurel forest. We get a little tunnel. This is just going to be a little spur, a little up and down the hill. Actually, a little down and up the hill. But it will end at a stream at the Johnston Preserve, which I did a separate video entirely on the Johnston Preserve, and I'll put the link in the comments. And I did it during the summertime, so you can actually see all this when it's really green. Again, how about these outcroppings? They're so unbelievable. More so when you come out here and see them in person. When I filmed my journey through the Johnston Preserve, I came up this hill from the stream and took this left. But for now, we're just going to go down, kiss the stream, turn and go back up the hill, do that blue loop, and then we're going to come around again to the opposite side of this stream and do half of the Johnston Preserve. Is that confusing? Don't worry about it. Just follow me. Turning around and heading back up the hill from whence we came, back into the Jewett Preserve, to the Blue Loop, and then we'll continue exploring more trails. Check out how much more amazing these rock outcroppings are on the way up the hill as opposed to down. And that's just more of a testament to don't just hike trails in different seasons, but hike in different directions because you will see different stuff. And here we are reconnecting with the Blue Loop. There's another cool rock coming up ahead. I think it might be smiling at me. All right, I feel like we're getting to more really good stuff here. Not that the smiling rock wasn't really good, but if you demand a little more from your trail system, it's coming. And this is another reason to visit in the spring, because look at the views. When I filmed Johnston in summer, you could not see anything beyond the green trees. So that's why I came here now, just for you. So you could see the horizon beyond the trees. It's so deep. And I believe we're coming up on the next lookout point, which is the first lookout point of the Blue Loop. Ta-da! And check this out, forest furniture, a little bench for you to sit on. Made for you by nature. All right, I may have lingered there a little longer than I should have, but I did it for you. Check this out, more views, not an official lookout, but still, hey, you can look out. It's allowed and encouraged. All right, let's find the next lookout because it is coming up here soon. Yep, here it is. Let's take this right, this little spur over here, so we don't miss out on any really great stuff. Let's climb right up onto this boulder field. There you go. Opposite direction on this orange spur trail to the lookout, and we're reconnecting with the Blue Loop. And here we are, back where we started. Beginning of the Blue Loop. We went that way. And now let's go back to the start of the Blue Trail, which is right up ahead. We came in from the left originally, did this blue detour. Now we're going to go to the right and continuing on our way. And here we are already at another lookout point. Let's check it out. I have yet to bump into another human being out here on this trail. Honestly, of all these preserves, most people will stick within a mile of their car and not come out this far so you can have it all to yourself. And most people will hike the Pleasant Valley meadow area. So again, this could all be yours. You can cross this water and check it out. Salmon Head Rock. Clearly, that's exactly what this is, right? You see it? I don't know why I found it appropriate to lead you into the salmon's mouth like you were some kind of a bait worm. How rude. Oh, I'm liking this little boulder field right here. It's nice this time of year to have views the entire way you're walking to a lookout point to see views. The whole trail is a view. And it looks like we're turning here for an official lookout. And there we have another bench. I'll give you a moment to enjoy this in silence. Okay, we made it down into the valley. Up ahead on the left is the Jewett Preserve. But as I said before, we're going to go into the Johnston Preserve on the opposite shore of that stream we visited before. And again, you can check out my summer video of the Johnston Preserve. And there's Dark Hollow. See the cave? It is amazing here this time of year with so much water. And you can hear the frogs again. Listen. I'm actually hiking in the opposite direction I did in my Johnston video, and this time I'm going to take the yellow shortcut that I didn't take in that summer video, and we're going to make it to the highest point in line. This seems like a good place to take a break. I'll put the link to part 2 of this video in the comments.